It was a dark and stormy night.
It was. And as the camera pans upward upon the newly repaired, crushed walls, we view a city slowly calming. Is it perhaps the calm before the storm?
Dun, dun,
Right. Enter our heroes as they have just discovered the Tome of Strahd in the attic of the Burnmaster's mansion.
Who found that exactly? I think it was Klug, right?
No, it was the servants of Tados.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay.
I'm trying to find where the list of what it said on the pages was.
Oh, the actual reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not for sure where the reading is either. Is it town? Is it in this?
It should be
Under identified items.
It should be
Tomb
in
of
there
Strahd?
under identified items in your character sheet. Yeah, player's journal, identified item.
Okay. So it's actually in.
I can force it. There you go.
There we go. Thank
There
you.
we go.
It's there. It's in identified items. Great. Awesome, dude. Looks fucking legit.
Shall we read it out loud for
Would
posterity?
somebody like to read aloud?
Yeah, this is a long reading, but I haven't heard it, and I would like to.
Go for it.
I nominate you, Em.
All right, you've nominated the dyslexic person, but I am game.
Wow! Wow!
You nominated them. Way to go.
Nominated.
Yes.
All right. I am the ancient. I am the Lord. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I am the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God. But the war years and the killing years were down on my soul, and the winds wear stone into sand. All goodness slips from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia, and I took power over the people in the name of a just God, with none of the God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle the castle of Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergi, and he was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all the others, a rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Titania, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her with my youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurred me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergi. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into their eyes, they reflected another name, Death. I was the death on the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squanched mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I called to hate death. My death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergi, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Titania weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I had made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live because I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a strike through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword of Sergi, brought brought. I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Titania. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will take to bend her love to me? Now I reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stone of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. The rest of the writing is smudged, I say, as I looked up from the page.
Cool.
So
Luke
he
takes an
supposedly-
awkward bow.
He supposedly lives underneath Ravenloft and wants to seal himself away. But if he's sealing himself away, how is he so active in and amongst all these other areas? And
What
how
about-
did he come across Irina?
She probably looks like Titania. And also, he mentioned being afraid of Sergi's sword.
Do we know who this Sergi is?
His little brother. His little brother.
God damn it! I was muted, motherfucker.
Stop doing that.
This is a thing that's happening. It's all your fault, Emery.
Hey, Emery, can you bring the
I'm gonna
page
bubble-
back up again?
Bubble and gurgle loudly and proudly from now on. God
Go
damn it.
ahead.
Yeah, what were you trying to say?
You
Okay.
wanna- oh yeah, you want me to show the page again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was great. That worked exactly how I imagined it should. So what I rolled insight on insights into Strahd from listening to the reading, the D4's guidance, and and what I was actually trying to say was, oh shoot, don't brain fart, you dummy. Okay, what was I gonna say? Kirk, what did you say? You said he lives under.
How is he
Supposedly he
involved?
lives underneath
Oh,
Ravenloft.
Oh, I'm curious. Are there any sketches of
Mhm.
women inside of the journal?
I'm not worried about sketches of women inside the journal. I'm worried about that damn sword. I
No,
want to
yeah.
know if there's a sketch of the sword.
We also know that a stake through the heart only slows him down.
She just said something interesting, and I
The Tome of
was curious.
Strahd does have a few pictures. All of them are well aged,
Yeah.
and bits and pieces missing.
Is there like a woman's face, like an ancient drawing of a woman's face that looks similar to Irina?
Actually,
Well, I mean, if it's his
no. I was actually about to say I'd turn to Irina and say, Irina, do you know the name Titania?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
I've never heard this name.
And then there was a sword.
Perhaps it is an ancient resident of Barovia that he once doted upon long ago.
Fair.
Okay. Does not kill. Even a stake through the heart doesn't kill me. And with the pictures?
Oh, you find a picture of a young woman that bears striking resemblance to Irina.
There you go.
So I'm gonna just, without making it overly apparent to Irina herself, I'm gonna bring that to Klug's attention, and who is the reader, and anyone else who's just sort of in the the periphery as I'm flipping through the page and I find what I'm looking for. I'll point it out.
Yeah, anybody you pointed out to, roll perception.
All right. Do we have any idea how many years ago this could have been written?
It's
Oof.
ancient. The pages, hundreds of years seem to have passed since the tome was last opened, by your best estimate.
Perception.
All right.
Okay.
Zardavish and Tados, you both instantly draw the connection between the photograph and Irina. It takes you a few seconds of turning the page this way and that, Klug, but you get there.
Just gonna go.
There is the.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here, hold on a second here. All right. So there's this mentions a sword, yes?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have another handout that mentions a sword as well.
Which one?
The third card of our reading mentions a sword. The Taraka reading, which is down below our character sheets.
It tells a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. Yeah. Pile
What
of
you
treasure
seek lies
beyond
in a
a set of
pile of
amber
treasure
doors.
beyond a set of amber doors.
Okay.
We've agreed that we've hit the first one, correct?
What? That this is the Tomb of Strahd is indeed the card tells of history, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand
Correct.
your enemy. I am the ancient was
Yep.
the first line of this handout. I would say that is a definitive match.
Okay. So, okay. All right.
Interesting though.
So there's a sword we need to be on the lookout for. So are we? I'll stand up from where I was sitting and I'll say. So I'm still concerned about this power gap that we've created.
Yes.
We must go and talk to the opponents of the Burgermaster and see what they are intending to do.
I agree, man with sword. Oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna retract that statement. Man with wing. I forgot I changed your name.
I'll nod and I'll say, "We go then," and I'll start walking out.
All right.
yeah.
So just to be clear, we've left the doctor babysitting the mage,
Yeah.
whose spell book I have confiscated and is still on my person, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Just catching up. And we're now going to leave the house with the Burgermaster in it. Where was Isaac at this point? He has not reported back in?
He's out running around.
Okay. All right. Well, the doctor can handle the house, I imagine, and that locked door isn't going to open itself. And we searched them, right? We did search the Burgermaster's
We searched
wife.
both of them, correct?
We did?
Correct.
Yeah, and we tightened their bonds. You Walks Among Stars discovered she'd been flexing her wrists, so her bindings weren't tight. You secured them.
Yes, her bindings were tightly secured, and we gagged her quite well.
Yep.
Aggressively
both of them.
well.
Yes. Okay, cool. So I think our ducks in a row, and that other guy, the guy who swore himself into our service and is currently drinking himself silly, is he still in the office?
He's just hanging out in the house.
He's hanging out in the house.
He departed.
He departed.
He
Okay.
departed upon his word that he would tell no one of the events.
Yeah, well, he departed, really, because he swore himself into our service when we first saved him.
I
So
remember it well. It was a stormy night, and I believe it was Sir Davish that spoke to him directly and
did speak.
made him promise that if he left the house, he would not reveal what we did there.
Okay, so you dismissed him, Davish?
I didn't dismiss him. I just said, you must not tell anybody of the happenings behind here. And he asked, am I a prisoner here? And I said, of course you are not. You've done what we asked, and you did not kill him. You are no prisoner or enemy of ours. And that's when he swore his loyalty to me.
Right.
And he swore it twice. So he's just out there being
He's just hanging around, I guess.
probably drinking at the bar. I
Yeah.
imagine he's probably at the tavern getting drunk.
Yeah.
We'll run into him later. Okay, cool. Then I think I have a decent enough grasp on what's going on and could go forth. Fine.
Let's do it.
All right.
Madam, whatever her name's house.
So much has happened in the last game, time, day, that's starting to get a bit blurred.
It is. It is true. It is true. Straight in, no kissing on this one. Okay, so and then overall, the reading, 16 insight. insights into Strahd through the storytelling that we just heard.
Oh, you want to roll some insight on the
Did just on the
reading?
yeah.
Would like to as well because
You know-
yeah.
You know my position, so I need to know what my character knows,
Yep.
and it's a 16 total.
Okay. Good questions.
We already inferred
The
that
obvious inspirations are his weaknesses to sunlight and a specific weapon of unknown power.
Okay.
With a 16. With a 16. What did you roll, Tatos?
Rolled
Just thinking.
15.
Okay. You both understand that this is a man who no longer values life. However, he once, I don't know.
Tough question.
It's a
You want to
tough
get
one.
back to
It's
us?
a tough
You wanna
one.
get
I'll
back-
get back to you with that information in a few minutes. Here.
Cool.
Yeah. Just I don't think it's gonna change our course right now, anyways.
Straight to Ravenloft. Let's go.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
All right. Indeed, as your party steps foot outside of the Burgermaster's mansion, whoso other than a young mail carrier arrives in front of Sir Davish with a letter stamped and sealed.
Uh-oh.
Is it for me or is it for?
For the party.
I'll
I just had.
Oh no, this
Where did I
creepy
put it?
person again.
Where did I
Who
put
is it?
We've been getting letters, remember? We got a couple, like,
But who's the guy?
There it is.
well, the guy being person who sends, not letter carrier. My apologies.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
and
you-
I'll open it.
You've received an invitation.
Peering over Sir Davish's shoulder, I read for the party. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and now that I alone can release you from it, I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zakovich. With that, I curse loudly.
The beast would invite us into his nest.
Fold the letter and I'll say, from what we know of this person, they're a tactician. They're not going to ambush us if they say they're going to give us safe passage. I bet you we could go there, dine, and leave. But I'm not saying that we should.
I think we should.
Not yet. Let's go take care of this first.
Yes.
The note includes directions to a carriage the following morning. And it states that this, you will know it upon sight, and it will leave through the eastern gate.
At morning?
Morning, yeah.
All right. So I turn to Irina and say, clearly we cannot take you with us. I believe that's me. This expedites our plans to attend to the church. Otherwise, we cannot leave Irina safely behind.
Sorry, evening.
Tomorrow evening, okay.
No, I thought it was tomorrow morning. My bad.
No, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue on. I'll pocket the letter and we'll continue on.
We have heard but legends and rumors about this man who is to be our enemy. I say, if he invites us, size us up, it gives us the same opportunity.
I agree.
Yes.
Besides, the people of these lands, they are simple, do not seem to know the power of this place. I would hear it from the master's lips himself.
Then we
And
shall
as
depart
you
tomorrow.
travel the streets of Vallaki, many people start to recognize you and clap or bow or cheer.
Yes.
That falls into one of the other cards.
Indeed, about halfway to Wachter House, Sir Isaac greets you upon the road.
Isaac?
I
Ah, yes.
see
It's a
our
fine day that we celebrate with the citizens of Vallaki the finishing of the banishment of the evil trees and the finishing of their blight.
You did well, Isaac. You protected this town.
Couldn't have done it without your help.
How goes the securement? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Steel and perseverance beats false happiness any day.
I'll look around and I'll say, but it doesn't look like the people are falsely happy right now.
I imagine this is the first bit of genuine joy they have felt in many years.
I agree. How goes the securement of the wall that was destroyed there, Isaac?
Ah, it is already fully a repair.
Good.
And the city is once again safe. The citizens believe that our triumph over the trees proves that our might is greater than our smiles.
As they should understand.
It is tragic that the burgomaster was injured in the assault.
Yes, very tragic.
There are
But-
many that wish to storm Castle Ravenloft and oust the vampire forthwith.
There will be many bodies that day then.
Yes, but perhaps we will be able to leave this cursed land. At long last. You should rally these people.
You know, I imagine there would be quite a few interested in a visit to the castle, should you give the word. Should the burgomaster give the word. And he winks at you.
Well, we are off to meet with,
Another interested party.
yes. We are going to see what the opposition holds around here, if you catch my drift.
I'd be careful what you say to Lady Watcher. The Baron suspected, even though he was misguided in many things, he suspected that she might be Strahd's spy.
Suspected but couldn't prove it.
Yes, never proven. Always. As far as her story, it was always that poor girl.
Well, we shall determine for ourselves. Isaac, keep the peace. I will meet you at the Burgomaster's mansion for dinner tonight.
Excellent. I
Yes.
will await you there, brother.
I will see you there.
May the burgomaster's recovery be a speedy one.
Yes. Long live the Burgomaster.
Here, here.
I'll continue walking to Wachter House and I'll clap Isaac on the shoulder as I walk past him.
I gotta be careful who I'm saying this shit to.
Oh, and then
To roll deception, I'm fucked.
I'll turn back and I'll go, oh, Isaac, one request.
Yes?
Our party could do with more armament, if possible. Do you have an armorer or blacksmith in town?
He looks around at the 2 or 3 weapons hanging from every belt in the party and raises an eyebrow.
I'll kind of gesture at my tattled armor. I'm saying we're not. It's not that we're armed. It's more of our defenses.
Ah, you couldn't take a hit from that tree, eh?
Oh no, I did. That's the problem.
I'll look into it.
I appreciate it, and then I'll turn and start walking to Wabder House.
Yeah.
Fox Among Stars seems to be having a little chuckle to himself.
Before you take off, and while you're looking for something to maybe fix his armor, I think maybe you could take a look around and see if there is a pouch of small items or spell components that might be available. Something. I mean, I've got my own small pouch, but I need something that is a fully equipped and a finalized pouch for a caster to be able to help with their
Perhaps-
casting ability.
Perhaps Rictavio would know of such things. I believe he has a fine carnival of mystery and magic.
You got this.
Rictavia. Gotcha.
Yes, he's staying at the Blue Water currently,
Perfect.
though the recent events may have urged him to stay a little bit closer to his cart. I believe one of the trees nearly crushed it.
Didn't we meet that guy on the street?
Rictavio?
Was that the fellow who was
I don't
from
recall.
Kursk that was fighting in the west?
No, that was Vasily von.
Oh, okay. I'm getting guys confused. My bad.
It's okay.
This is another fellow who we haven't met yet. Yeah.
It's a fellow you haven't met. That's
Okay.
correct.
Well, not us. Not all of us have.
You glimpsed him when the night you were in the bar, your first night here. You glimpsed him,
Mm.
but
He was probably the old fellow or something.
he was the old guy at the bar. Yeah,
Mhm.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
with a flowing coat and bespectacled nose.
All right. So spell components and whatnots with that fella. He didn't answer though if there was a blacksmith in town.
He said he'd look into it.
Oh, okay.
I'll just head to Wabder House.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's roll up on him. When was our invitation? It was that morning, right?
Yep.
Okay. God damn it.
All right. As you
Answering. Okay.
near the end of the block and you turn past the graveyard, the house seems disgusted with itself.
What?
The roof slouches forward over gables furrowed like and moss-covered walls sag and bulge with the weight of vegetation.
Hmm.
As you study its sullen countenance, you hear it groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
So it's like a house that's sort of like falling forward slowly.
Bulging at its sides and slooping forward. It's
So like it's
groaning like it could collapse at any moment.
my
All
goodness.
right.
Walks Among Stars will stop up short and he'll say, "Does not seem like a good nest to me."
No, but we don't judge until we go inside, and I'll knock.
Yes.
Walks Among Stars is clearly uncomfortable.
Shortly, a young servant opens the front door. Yes.
I was hoping to have an audience with the madam of the house.
No. And you are?
My name
really
is-
isn't a good time. We've just had a great horror through town, and the
Yes,
young-
my name is Sir Davish. I helped defeat the horror. We were intending on
Oh.
visiting earlier today, but obviously that took precedence.
And what brings you to Watcher House?
We are expected.
I'll give them the invitation.
I see. Well, come right in.
I'll nod.
Lady
And
Fiona awaits your arrival, I'm sure.
I'll walk in and I'll wait patiently in the atrium for him to show us where we're going.
Walks among stars, like does like a growly grunt as he goes by the servant. He didn't like his disrespectful tone.
Okay, alright, let's get the token in here. Alright. You're led through the front door of this ancient house
Okay.
into a small foyer, beyond which a single massive stone staircase leads to an upper floor, and side doors continue out into the landing.
Okay. I'll follow the servant.
Yes.
Where's he
She
going?
leads you through the left side door
Okay.
into a room with a dining table and a lounging area where indeed the lady herself waits.
Oh, she looks wonderful.
Ugh.
That might have been the wrong handout.
Is it just Sir Davish, or are we all in there?
Oh boy, you're not supposed to read that.
I
What?
don't think you're supposed to read that.
I'm
Don't
not
read
reading it.
Oops.
Don't read
Wrong.
that,
I
boys.
guess that's the wrong handout.
Put that bad boy away.
Take it away.
What did
Take
you
it
do?
away.
What did you do?
Boom, it's gone.
Distraction question: are we all in the room, or just you?
There we go.
I can't get rid of it. It's
This
fucking
is the
like
one.
stuck up on my. It's like stuck on my screen. I'm just gonna put it aside and not look at it.
I fully deleted it from the game, so it should have disappeared immediately.
It's not. It's totally up.
Exit manually, Nick.
It doesn't. The X button doesn't work. It's disabled because I don't think it exists anymore.
It doesn't
But
Neat.
exist
It
anymore.
did for me.
God
But
damn it.
I can just double. You can double click on any handout to kind of put it away. So that's
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, guys.
My bad.
okay. I will bow and I'll say, my lady, thank you for having this audience.
Ah, indeed. Indeed. I have brought you here to begin a new world order.
I'll raise an eyebrow. Oh?
The Baron and his line have ruled for far too long, and previous events this very day have proven that his efforts are in vain.
Please continue.
His father Vargan, the mad tyrant, ruled Vallaki with an iron fist. Even more cruel and inhumane were his punishments. The son and his captain, brutes, both of them, relished in the torture of prisoners. I believe the time is right for a coup.
What are you proposing? How would you govern?
Originally, I had planned a marriage between our families. My daughter Stella. Victor was to be her husband, and she his bride. Alas, I know not what happened in the mansion when she would go there. Each time she returned less human than before.
Interesting.
I would see the Baron dethroned for what he has done to my family.
So, with no disrespect whatsoever, is this mainly out of revenge, or is it for a different governing of Vallaki?
Does this woman have a daemon on her shoulder? Is her familiar in the room?
That's just a artful image. There's
Stock
no demon
photo.
on her shoulder. Yeah, stock
There's
photo.
there's no demon on her shoulder? Okay, that changes my view of this conversation considerably.
Yeah,
Okay.
as Irina's photo shows her
Yeah.
as a fully armored fighter instead of
Yeah.
a young
Yes.
maiden.
Yeah.
This photo shows the Lady Fiona Watcher as a sorceress with a summoned demon, though she has no magic as far as.
Oh, okay. All right. As far as
But
we know.
the
As far
the question still stands.
Repeat the question.
Is your wanting to overthrow the Baron mainly out of vengeance for
yes.
your family, or is it?
Diplomacy.
Oh, okay.
Only. I believe that the Baron is incorrect for Vallaki.
And would you yourself be governing Vallaki?
Perhaps if the mantle was thrust my way, I would take it.
Would you support another?
I believe the correct leader could keep Vallaki safe.
Who in your mind is the correct leader?
Well, the devil Strahd must be appeased, and a servant of the light has no fear of the dark. So
Y'all-
one such servant would serve nicely.
I'm gonna drop a card on this. Do
Putting a card
Yeah.
down.
put it down.
Where is it? I don't see it.
I don't know. It's in the hallway. It's like I don't know why I can't move it.
Oh, there it is.
Right on the foyer.
It's on the foyer. Yeah. Marionette.
Go
All
for
right.
it.
Yeah. So as she says, the devil's Strahd.
Yeah, I was just about to pick up on that.
As she says, the devil's Strahd. You get this musk. It's kind of like patchouli-esque, kind of pleasant odor that comes off of Walks Among Stars. It just suddenly just spikes in pungency. And then I roll.
What are you rolling?
I'm gonna roll insight with guidance.
Okay.
I do my guidance hormonally with this character.
Nice.
So I'll roll the 15 and then I'll roll a d4 on top of it. And the question is,
Nice. 17.
how does she regard Strahd? Because she's named him now, and I'm looking for the subtle hints, and my total is 17.
She clearly. I don't know what the right word is here. Bordering, it's like tolerance, bordering on respect
Okay.
that you get from the conversation.
All right.
Indeed continues.
I'm gonna press her. I'm gonna interrupt her. I'm gonna say, there are rumors that you serve the devil. And I'm gonna watch her response and do my insight again, as again the musk picks up in the room.
I will do insight as well.
Yeah,
All right,
what's her
we
response?
both roll here. Yeah,
What's her response?
I want to see the insight, and then I'm going to say
That's
the
it.
response.
I rolled a 16. I don't know why I didn't roll the goddamn skill, but let me tell you the modifier on that. It's
Don't
high.
worry about it.
It's
It's
plus
also
7 plus a d4.
It
I'm
is-
gonna go. I'm maxing out on this roll because I can. So
24.
it's 20. It was 23 plus 1, 24.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. What's a response and how does it read?